If you missed the biggest Chinese dramas of 2024, this list catches up fast. From palace plots and second chance romance to fantasy, sports, and revenge, these 10 shows kept people talking for months. Let's count them down in order, and by the end, you will know exactly what to watch next. Number 10. Are You the One? A feared bandit leader is injured and loses her memory, waking up in a life she cannot fully remember. To survive, she ends up tied to a powerful prince in a marriage that starts out fake and awkward, with both sides hiding their real intentions. What begins as a strange arrangement slowly turns into trust, then affection, while court politics and old enemies keep circling around them. As the truth about her identity and his hidden plans comes closer to the surface, their bond becomes harder to deny. It is part romance, part power struggle, and it keeps you watching because every soft moment could be shattered by one more secret. Number 9. Melody of Golden Age. A woman is pulled into a dangerous court where one wrong step can destroy an entire family. She gets dragged into a marriage that was never meant to be warm, only useful. But the story does not stay there for long. As political cases begin stacking up, she proves she is smart enough to stand beside danger instead of hiding from it. The man she is tied to looks cold and difficult. Yet, the more they work through mysteries and official corruption, the more the relationship starts to change. What looks like a rigid palace setup becomes a mix of investigation, tension, and slow-burn feelings. Every case they solve brings them closer to the truth, and closer to each other. Number 8. The Rise of Ning. Born into a family full of pressure and expectation, a young woman refuses to stay trapped in the role other people chose for her. After a painful past and constant family conflict, she decides to change her fate instead of accepting it. She begins using her own intelligence and courage to protect the people around her, survive court politics, and uncover the secrets buried inside her household. Along the way, she keeps running into a sharp and guarded young man whose own life is shaped by hidden motives and old wounds. Their relationship starts with friction, but it slowly becomes one of respect, support, and quiet romance. What makes this drama work is the feeling that both characters are fighting for a future neither one was ever promised. Number 7. Blossoms in Adversity. When her family is torn apart and everything she depended on collapses, a young noblewoman refuses to fall with it. Instead of giving up, she steps into the role of protector and starts rebuilding her household from the ground up. She manages money, solves problems, and keeps her sisters together while learning how to survive in a world that is suddenly very unforgiving. What begins as a family survival story becomes something much bigger, because she also has to face social pressure, business challenges, and people who think she should stay quiet. The best part is watching her grow stronger without losing her kindness. It is a story about resilience, and it turns everyday survival into something inspiring, emotional, and deeply satisfying. Number 6. Amidst a Snowstorm of Love. A former professional snooker player meets a rising billiard star during a rare snowstorm, and that one night changes both of their lives. He has talent, pride, and a past he cannot completely leave behind, while she brings warmth, focus, and a calm determination that slowly pulls him back toward the game. The relationship grows alongside the sports story, so every practice session and every competition also carries emotional weight. As they travel through tournaments, pressure, and old regrets, the romance never feels rushed. It grows the same way real trust grows, through support, timing, and shared dreams. This drama is soft, competitive, and very easy to get attached to, especially if you like a romance that feels clean but still has a strong emotional pull. Number 5. The Legend of Shen Li. To avoid an unwanted political marriage, a powerful warrior from the immortal realm escapes and crashes into the mortal world in the form of a wounded phoenix. There, she meets a quiet and seemingly ordinary man who is not quite as simple as he looks. Their relationship begins with distance and curiosity, then turns into a partnership as they face battles, fate, and the heavy responsibilities tied to both realms. She is fierce and independent, while he is calm in a way that hides much more than he reveals. As the story moves between the immortal world and the human world, their bond grows stronger through danger and sacrifice. It is a fantasy romance built on strength, destiny, and two people who keep changing each other's lives without meaning to at first. Number 4. Fangs of Fortune. In a world where strange disasters and demon-related incidents keep appearing, a group of outsiders ends up working together to uncover the truth behind them. Each person brings a different skill, but also a different wound, so the team feels unstable at first, almost like they could fall apart at any second. As they travel from case to case, they face eerie creatures, hidden grudges, and the kind of supernatural danger that turns every mission into a test. Underneath the fantasy adventure is a story about grief, trust, and learning to depend on people who are just as broken as you are. The tone keeps shifting between dark mystery, danger, and surprising warmth, which is exactly what makes it so memorable. It is one of those stories where the real treasure is not just solving the mystery, but finding a reason to keep moving together. Number 3. Love game in Eastern fantasy. A modern girl suddenly finds herself inside a fantasy game world where every choice matters and every mistake can be fatal. At first, she just wants to survive, but the world keeps forcing her into bigger conflicts, stranger rules, and unexpected relationships. She gets entangled with a dangerous demon lord whose power is huge, but whose loneliness is just as obvious once you get past the surface. As they move through quests, dangers, and shifting alliances, the story becomes more than just a survival game. It starts exploring identity, sacrifice, and whether fate can be changed if someone refuses to follow the script. The romance grows in the middle of all that chaos, giving the fantasy story a softer heart. It is playful, dramatic, and full of emotional surprises. Number 2. Blossom. After suffering betrayal and losing her life, a woman gets a second chance and wakes up at the start of everything. This time, she knows what lies ahead, and that knowledge becomes her greatest weapon. Instead of repeating the same helpless path, she begins changing outcomes, protecting her family, and pushing back against the people who once controlled her future. She also crosses paths with a young general whose own fate is bound to war, loyalty, and sacrifice. Together, they keep trying to rewrite the disasters that once destroyed them. What makes the drama so gripping is the combination of time reset, emotional payback, and a romance that grows in the middle of all that danger. It is satisfying, intense, and full of the feeling that one smart move can change everything. Number 1. The Double. After being betrayed and destroyed by the people closest to her, a woman is given a second life under a new identity. She returns to the capital with one goal: to uncover the truth and make everyone responsible face the consequences. To do that, she has to stay calm, stay clever, and keep moving through a world full of power games, marriage politics, and hidden enemies. She ends up working alongside a powerful man who seems unreadable at first, but whose own path is tied to justice and corruption. As their alliance deepens, the story turns into a thrilling mix of revenge, strategy, and emotional payoff. Every move matters, every lie has consequences, and every victory feels hard-earned. That is why this drama landed so strongly, because it gives you revenge, romance, and a heroine who never stays broken for long. That wraps up 10 of the best Chinese dramas from 2024 you might have missed. If you enjoyed this countdown, like the video, subscribe for more drama lists, and tell me which one you are watching first.